and as I've said, to deal with priority one, which key areas of ensuring that people to qualify. I'll start first with our bursary system that we have adopted in terms of trying to empower our officials across departments to ensure that we start with those that have not qualified, have no qualification except matric, to take them through. They qualify. Anyone who applies almost qualifies automatically for a bursary. If they are accepted at an institution of a higher learning, those that do not have a first qualification except matric. We tried to ensure that each department budgets for this and makes it mandatory across, that they are able to support that. We now have seen the new requirements which emerged in 2016 that were brought in, the changes that were brought in, where a lot of other officials, we recruited you as a director, but you only had a national diploma, which was a requirement then. We are trying to assist those to acquire postgraduate diploma and other related qualifications so that they qualify for positions that they are in, even if they were appointed before 2016. We are also working on that process, Minister, in terms of our own bursary program. But the Executive Council also took a decision to try and create a critical mass of researchers. And in trying to create a critical mass of researchers, we had dealt with giving bursaries to those that are doing master's degree and PhD. Quite a lot are coming through the pipe now who are acquiring their master's degree and those that are getting their PhD. Quite a few of them are in here who are now doctors with their PhD through this program that we have come up with as part of our bursary program. So earlier on in terms of our process of professionalizing the public service. Now, some of those issues that I have highlighted, as a Free State provincial government, we continue to ensure that those pillars, those 4 pillars of ensuring that we are able to achieve a capable, ethical and a developmental state are implemented in that way. But FSTDI is also responsible to try and also create a critical mass internally, and they have been accredited by the PSITA to be able to execute the National Qualification Framework Level 6. We've already trained 121 across departments to receive a diploma and some on NQF Level 6, 20 of them across our various departments. Earlier on when we get here, colleagues saw a graduation ceremony with nice green bells and gowns where the qualifications were being awarded to some of those colleagues. And then the RPL program is happening, and quite a number of colleagues have completed the RPL program that happens at the Free State Training and Development Institute. We've also looked at those that are enrolled on RPL, about 45 of them from all across our departments, and then compulsory training, over 3,000 that we have already dealt with. There are various transversal training that happens. In the last 3 years, for an example, across departments, we have dealt with about 1,200 of them. Now, we've started to say, let's ensure that as we deal with recruitment and selection, we cannot lower the guard anymore relating to this process, because we are empowering people. We have put bursaries. People cannot simply say we now have experience, we have been overlooked. But for the last years, we have ensured that in that process, we are able to deal with the people. Processes of induction and onboarding, we have set our own processes in place to be able to deal with that. The planning and performance management system, The Free State Growth and Development Strategy is being synthesized to create the medium-term strategic framework across. And each department, through the clusters that Dr. Perra referred to earlier on, we are able within that to manage overall performance of government and then individual performance managed by HODs across. I've already mentioned some work that we do on continuing learning and professional development, creating a critical mass of researchers in government through master's and PhD bursary program, but dealing with those that do not have a first qualification, a diploma or a degree through bursaries, and also considering those that are in positions but may not have the necessary qualification for that particular position. That situation is there. People were appointed before 2016. We have encouraged them to improve their qualification beyond that. And of course, issues of career progression and career incidents, besides the normal 10-year years in a post, which progresses people automatically. We continue to say it is important that we take note and ensure that we are able to deal with individuals. I'm not going to deal with this. I've tried to deal with them broadly speaking, in terms of the work that we are trying to do now and how we are going to ensure that we stay the course in terms of those processes. But however, we have also indicated that we will participate, and I've indicated participation in compulsory induction programs that is happening. Compulsory induction programs for level 1 to 12. I've already indicated that 3,000 in our system have gone through that, and then compulsory induction also for level 13 and level 16. That work is also happening in our institution now, including for officials to attend a compulsory orientation almost every 5 years. We, however, indicate that there are those tools that we have put forth for performance. I've talked about having to break our medium-term strategic framework into smaller, chewable batches from our APPs going forward, including working on those other different processes going forward. We are indicating that performance contracting and assessment must also promote greater alignment across our province, and our rallying aspect is the Free State Growth and Development Strategy. I've already referred to the Free State Training and Development Institute that deals with continuing and learning professional development, and we are collaborating with the National School of Government in terms of dealing with those appropriate training and other related matters. Of course, we are aware that the Pillar 5 is work in progress. Now, it is important that we take note that professionalization of the public service requires all public servants to buy into it, including our political principles, so that we are able to deal with those basic values and principles, the Public Service Charter and the commitment to upholding the Batupele principles, which the Premier earlier on had indicated that we've seen them, but we do not deal with that. We continue to engage in that work, and over time we are quite grateful that that work is happening. Of course, some of the mandatory elements like Nyukela are very helpful with us. Some departments are already working with our universities here, the Central University of Technology and the Free State Business School, in dealing with matters of leadership and further development of our colleagues at our course as government, including sometimes some of the international engagement with various other institutions that are assisting us with free course for empowerment outside the country. Thank you, Minister. Thank you very much.